Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Charity Funk and I am a female entrepreneur. I'm a life coach for other female entrepreneurs who have ADHD. Guess what? I have ADHD. Today I want to talk to you about the fact that it's February. It's the month of love and relationships, and it's coming to the end of the month, and we just passed Valentine's Day, and I have a funny story for you that I need to share. But it got me thinking. About the three things that I think are very important to know when you're either in a relationship with somebody who has ADHD, or when you are the person who has ADHD, and the things that might be important for you to communicate or understand about yourself when you are in a relationship so that things don't go awry. Let's jump in and let's talk about the first one that came to my mind. First one is forgetfulness. Now, it is something that through the course of my life, I was married to my husband, I don't even know, I think it was 10 years before I remembered his birthday. I literally just could not nail down that piece of information in my head. So anytime, somebody would ask me, like government officials, because they needed information or something, and I was like, I felt like, oh shit, I don't know my husband, but I do know my husband, I just can't remember his birthday. So forgetting information, I see it as a total blessing, because Chris and I can get in a fight, and literally it's happened in the middle of the fight. I'm like, what the hell are we fighting about? But the next day, there's no grudges, nothing like that, because I can't remember what we were fighting about. So I see it as a total blessing. So what I want to say about this though is don't take it personally. If you take it personally, you just may not be the right one for that person, or you may not have a relationship very long. So just don't take it personally, because it's actually not about you. It's just about how our brain tends to connect things. Number 2 is impulsivity, and specifically thinking before you speak. So I have like a funny, not so funny story. Valentine's Day, like just a couple days ago, me and Chris don't really do Valentine's. We're not like, we don't do gifts or cards or anything like that. And he tells me the day before, I got you something little. I was like, oh, that's fun. So he comes, and the next day he gives me this big envelope. So I open the envelope, and in it is like, I pull out, it's like this piece of paper, but then when you push it together, it makes a big bouquet of flowers. Now, I love flowers. Like, flowers are definitely in love, fresh flowers. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the tackiest thing ever. And I was going on about it. I was like, how much did you spend on this? And I just couldn't. And then all of a sudden I looked at him, and he's just like looking at me like, totally distraught. And I realized, oh shit, I don't think I really responded in a way. I didn't even think about how I was responding. And he says to me, he goes, wow, I can't believe you just said that it was tacky. I was like, did that just actually come out of my mouth? He's like, yeah, it actually came out of your mouth. And so, I started trying backpedal, didn't work so well. But once again, please do not take it personally. It is like the impulse control, the ability to like stop yourself from saying things before they get out of your mouth is not our strong point. Now, this isn't everybody with ADHD. I am unmedicated. It is definitely a common trait. So please don't take it personally. It is not about you once again. Now, the third one is being on time for things. This can be a major issue in relationships. It's been a major issue in my relationship with my husband. So there are few things that are really important to consider here. One of them is that ADD brains tend to think that they can fit way more into the time allotted and the time that they have than is actually humanly possible. So that's one part. Next part is people with ADHD or ADD often also struggle with time blindness. time is not a thing to you. And it's like, I always say that time is an illusion anyway. One of the worst things that you can do, at least for me, I don't know if there's anybody else there that can relate to this, but if he starts to put on the pressure and be like, we're gonna be late, come on, we gotta go. If he starts to quote unquote rush me, oh God, I get so panicky. It's like my heart starts beating, and then I'm like flustered, and it makes me go even slower and there's been times when I like have a total meltdown. So the whole rushing thing, I know sometimes you just gotta go, but trust me, it won't work. Bottom line, do not take any of these things personally. And just a disclaimer on this, because I think it's important to say, this is not an excuse to not own your own shit and to not notice your own habits and your own patterns. Is a very important. But do not beat yourself up. Understand that it is the inner workings of your brain, and there are hacks and there are ways to get around it, like a few of the tips that I gave you. But knowing your blind spots, either for yourself or for the person you're in the relationship, knowing those blind spots help you navigate it so much better. And where Chris and I have come to is like, we can actually laugh about it. Don't know if he's laughing about the Valentine's Day flower thing yet. I feel so bad. Babe, if you're watching this, I really do feel bad about that. I love you so much. Anyways, so if you like this video, please subscribe, like, comment. If there's anything that you want to hear about or talk about or hear about how I manage in my life, please leave it in the comment. I would absolutely love to get your feedback and create many more of these videos. There's going to be videos coming out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So please stay tuned. Mwah!